You know, cause I'm all about that bass, Clash of Clan attacks. Ha! I just made that up. That was funny. What on earth do we got going on here? We have a base. We're going to try to attack it. How are we going to do that? Well, Expos are in the down position, but I don't like air attacks, and it's been really hard with my king down. And what happens is I have to, if I want to do a standard hero swap or anything like that, I have to drop 5 to 6 balloons for Golem or P.E.K.K.A. And I've decided that hurts a lot. And I just don't like air attacks because I think balloon spam is kind of boring. So what are we going to do here? Well, this is a crappy base for a queen walk. You've got your Expos down. And you could try to walk up here, maybe take out the enemy queen, but that air defense is going to eventually get you into trouble. This air defense might be trouble too. If you try to walk from either of these directions, the Expos are going to be on you the whole time, and that's just going to wear you down too quickly. You're going to have to waste spells or queen abilities or whatnot trying to get that done. And this ended up in like a 98% 2-star, which is very disappointing. You know, when you got your queen down, you just think like, you know, if I just had my dang king up, I could have done this darn thing. But, you know, waste not, want not. That doesn't make any sense, so listen to me. So what on earth am I going to do? I'm not worried about the queen because I got Valks and bowlers going in here. I'm trying to GoWiVaHoBo. And they're just going to kick the snot out of everything, including the queen. So as soon as they walk into whatever the area the queen's influence, the queen's going to shoot them. They're going to redirect and take her out. Now, I think I made 2 mistakes here. I think the first mistake was I brought 4 heal spells, and I was thinking there's no Tesla farm. In fact, there's troll Teslas on the outside of the base here. So I didn't see a need for a rage spell, so I brought 4 heals, and I think I could have done better doing a heal followed by rage and then a heal to get through the other side. I think those bowlers would have done a lot more helpful damage were they in a rage. So I think that's the second thing I could have tweaked. The other thing I could have tweaked is where I dropped the hogs. But how am I going to attack this? Coming in on this side. Oh, the other thing that made this possible is that I'm not even going to lure the clan castle because this is a second attack, and he's got witches and wizards and healers, and Valks will just chop through that. Valks are the best way I know of taking out a witch, because they'll take out all the skeletons in one swipe and go in and cut the witch in half, even though she doesn't have any feet. I don't know why the feet is relevant. So what am I going to do? So I'm going to drop 1 golem here. He's going to go for this mortar. And I'm dropping, I think 3 or... I think I meant 3, but I did 4 wizards on accident. So I'm dropping a handful of wizards over here. Another golem here. He's going to go for this Tesla here. Another handful of wizards here. And very quickly, I'm going to drop... what are they? Wall breakers here. And they can... There's no splash damage that can get them. This Expo is going to be distracted by this golem here and this golem here. So wall breakers can go in uncontested. Nothing else can touch them that's not going to already be distracted. And then I'm going to drop the bowlers in and the queen and send the Valks in right after him. I'm going to drop a heal spell on the Valks right around here, get them at full health and go take on the queen. And, you know, you can envision giant bombs in these spots right here. And then I'm just going to drop heal spells on the Valks as they start beating up walls and make sure they get through every compartment. I think a rage would have done better around here. But, you know, that hindsight's 20/20. And then once they've made as good of a push as they can, I will drop my hogs. Now, what happened was the golems kind of wandered over in this direction, and I should have went ahead and dropped my hogs while these things were distracted. Because I just had a little too much base to take with all my hogs in 1 heal spell. So if they had got through this uncontested because of the golems, I could have dropped a heal spell here and they could have finished the rest of the base, I think. But hindsight's 20/20. Let's watch it unfold. 3, 4 wizards and accents, 1 extra drop, 3 wizards here. Very quickly, you got to move quickly with the golems, I've decided, because they've just got a lifespan. They're not like healers, or they'll keep it up indefinitely. They the quicker you go in there, the better off you are. So, bowlers, Valks, queen, coming out. Losing Valks due to the well-placed spring trap I didn't know about. Valks come in, clan castle troops eliminated. Valks taking damage. So I think, oh, see that? I dropped a heal spell here, but the goofballs redirected around there, and then they decided to come back. This is where a rage would have been nice, I think. But let's see. Now, it's difficult to tell all this because what I'm doing is I'm watching my Valks here to make sure that they're in good shape because I got one more heal spell I want to drop on them. But see how everything's distracted by this golem. Were I smarter, I would have went ahead and dropped my hogs on this side and let them go through and take that out. Look at how close that wizard tower is to death. Goodness gracious. There's boulders and they're rocks. But instead, I'm focusing on here. I'm not really noticing what's going on there. And I drop one more heal spell to keep these bowlers and Valks going. The Valks mostly have bitten it at this point. Well placed string traps. So instead, I drop the hogs over here where there's not a whole lot of tanking there. And I spaced them out so they didn't all get hit by that bomb tower. Now I've got both my poison spells left to save for skeletons here. And so I'm kind of forced to drop my last heal spell here. And they're not going to be able to get through the rest of that without a heal spell. This wizard tower is just going to do too much too quickly to the horde of hogs. So we'll fast forward it. They go through. They ultimately meet their untimely end. They get really darn close, but they just don't have enough push over the edge. I do have 3 bowlers, the queen and her ability, and probably enough time to get through it. But that's an awful lot of point defense for the queen to take out, even with her ability. I think I pop her ability as she's taking that, attacking that gold storage to go ahead and get the archers out to help them get through that. And of course, they walk right into a spring trap, and all of them fly away. And just a hair too much, just a hair too much for the queen to handle. Man, oh. Anyway, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Can't help but wonder if you had your king if it would have been a little bit differently. But I didn't, so it doesn't matter. All right, guys. Well, peace out, Girl Scouts. Have a nice life.